Out here getting ready for the upcoming season, first of all, what's the feeling like? How excited are you guys to be back and getting ready for the 2018 campaign?
Yeah, it's always exciting to get the old guys back here and for them to be around their friends again and teammates, and for the new guys to come and see all them, like guys we worked so hard to recruit to show up and become part of it all. It's always a lot of fun.
You're coming off a big season last year, 8-2 regular season, a D3 playoff appearance. What's kind of the expectation now that you guys have got that last season under your belt?
Yeah, well, the playoff appearance was in 16, but last year we were pretty good too, just not quite good enough. But yeah, we learned a lot from that 2016 season, and we try to learn a little bit every year and keep progressing. But this feels like we pretty young on defense on paper, but we've got a lot of guys that know what they're doing, that have been waiting for their turn and their opportunity. So despite the fact that it looks like we're really young over there, we're really confident in the players that we have, and we got a good nucleus of guys back on offense, 4 starters on the O-line, and a lot of important skill guys for us. So we feel pretty good about where we're at.
Expectation-wise for you guys, what's a successful season look like for Rose-Hulman football?
We want to be playing in the playoffs, winning playoff games. That's a successful season for us.
Youth, you mentioned, is going to be a big factor for you guys. How much of a challenge is that early on, especially from a coaching standpoint?
I mean, you graduate guys every year, and that's just college football. There's personnel changes, and you just got to recruit and have depth, and that's just part of the game. Hopefully, you can withstand any loss and of a personnel guy, and you can still have very little fall off with your production. So that's kind of the goal, what you try to build to as a college football program, and we're pretty close to that.
We talked to both Mike and Garrett, and they both kind of referenced that saying on the front of the helmet, "We work." How hard-working is this squad overall?
Yeah, I mean, that really hasn't changed for 7 years. That's been the motto of our team since we've been here, and it's about the togetherness of this team, and it's about the work ethic, and this team is an excellent representation of that. They're a very hard-working group, and they're very, very together.
You returned Mike Riley, a senior who had a stellar season last year. What does that give you, having him kind of anchor your defense?
Tremendous amount. He's 17 sacks in a season is incredible. He's completely changed as a human being from when he got here as a freshman to what he's like right now, both as a leader and as a player. And he's just a really dangerous weapon, and we're excited about the other guys on the defensive line he's going to be playing with.
You have Dion back at quarterback. You have White in the backfield. Having those guys both return as kind of the nucleus of your offense, how much confidence does that give you in that unit as you enter the season?
Yeah, that definitely helps. You got guys that are proven, that have done it on Saturdays in the fall, and it's a lot easier to go into a season when you have guys that are experienced, that have been successful, that have been under the pressure and have dealt with it and played successfully. So yeah, we're very excited to have those guys.
Coach, what do you think will be the biggest difference from last year's team to this year's team?
I think the biggest difference will be the defense. Just the 9 starters that we graduated on defense have been starters for like 3, some of them 4 years, and you just get really comfortable with those guys being out there. And now, like, just en masse, 9 of them are not there anymore. 9 guys that we relied on for a long time, and but like I said, we've got confidence in the guys that have been waiting their turn. We've got a lot of upperclassmen that have been contributing on special teams and have had the opportunity to play. They just haven't been starters in the past. So it's their time to step up and be leaders and playmakers for us.
You've kind of been here for a while now. How important is the continuity leading to success for a program like this?
Great. Our defensive coordinator, Nick Davis, is going into his 7th season, and we had a change in offensive coordinator this year, but the offensive system and what we do and what we look like hasn't really changed. Coach Watson will bring his own spin to things, but it seems very similar to our players, and that familiarity was really important to me in selecting a new offensive coordinator. Not only did he need to be a great offensive line coach, but needed to be willing to kind of adapt to what we do here, and we didn't want it to be a wholesale change for our players, and we've I think been able to do that very successfully.
Thank you.